On this episode of Mythbusters, Jamie and his assistant investigate the myth behind college expenses and the truth behind debt and savings. They attempt to bust the myth behind college loans and show you some smart ways to save for college.
Okay, so the urban legend here is that a student can take on loans during college and rack up debt, and then pay all that off after college with no problem. What we're going to test here is whether that's actually true, and we're going to see how much money they will owe after they take on all these loans and debt. And standing here with me is our special guest, Kendra Johnson. She is works in financial success and is an expert, and also a second-generation TFCU member. And she says that this myth of debt could be totally busted.
Yeah, a lot of students believe that debt is no big deal. But our research has shown that it's a lot safer to have a savings account where you save your money rather than taking on debt for college, which means that you are spending money that you don't have and then you have to pay it back with interest. So, Jamie, why don't you tell us about how we're going to bust our myth today?
All right, well, we've got our volunteer here, Jenna, and she's going to plan for college in two different ways. The first is by taking on student loans and possibly racking up debt. And the second is taking the money she's earned and investing it into a savings account. And at the end, we'll see which costs her less money.
All right, let's do this.
Jamie and Kendra take a whack at the college savings and do the math to figure out which way will save Jenna some money.
All right, well, we have our research here and we're ready to share what we think is the best way to pay for college. Our first example is Jenna taking on student loans. We guessed that she'd probably take about $5,000 in student loans. She has an 8% interest rate with a typical college loan, which means that she could spend an extra $1,100 on loans above the principal that she already owes. So that's pretty expensive.
But what if she takes that money and puts it into a savings account? What happens then?
Okay, well, let's guess that Jenna's been smart and she worked over the summer to save money for college. If she earns about $2,000 and she puts it into savings and every month earns a 0.8% interest rate, then she'll earn an extra $16 by the time she's ready to pay her first college bill. On top of that, let's say she earns $300 a month working during college. Again, she puts that into savings, and in 6 months, she's earned $27 just from the first paycheck. That's pretty good when you consider that that's going to expand over the 4 years that she's in college.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think we can safely say this myth is busted.
Yeah.
Taking on debt spells out trouble because, especially with interest, you can end up spending a lot of money you don't have, and you can also encounter problems that you hadn't planned on, like raising college tuition.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, I think we can call this one busted.
Yep. And we can also say that a savings account is important because while you wait to pay your bills, your money can actually grow, and it's easy to get to when you need to pay that first college bill. Obviously, it won't cover all of your expenses, but it's a wise way to save your money.
All right,